Hi everyone, I'm Bridget. I'm a new follower of Lisa. I have ordered all of the binders and the Sunday basket and a couple more Sunday baskets just for good measure. And my youngest son has an IEP for speech delay. So when Lisa announced the Warrior Mama binder, I was interested, I was intrigued. So I went ahead and ordered it. And I am going to compare today the the medical binder with the Warrior Mama binder to see what the differences are and why the Warrior Mama binder is everything you thought it could be, maybe more. Hi everybody. Let me take my sunglasses off so you can see me. I am parked. See, no hands on the wheel. I'm parked waiting for my oldest son to get out of school, and I figured I would unbox this loveliness right here. For those of you who are keeping track, this is Lisa's Warrior Mama binder. I've lost all patience. You can see in the mirror behind me, that's my youngest. I pick him up from school and then we come wait in line to pick up big brother. Alright, it's wrapped up in bubble wrap. Lisa, do you know how much we like bubble wrap? And the contents are trying to fall out the bottom. Okay, let's get the bubble wrap off. Carefully, we're going to play with this bubble wrap later. Oh yes, we will. Okay, we've got paper organizing retreat flyer. We've got the catalog. I think this will be at least the second one of this new version that I've got. Yes, I collect them. And then we have, it's upside down, the Warrior Mama binder. Ladies, when Lisa said that it had a lot of inserts and it's very thick, she wasn't kidding, okay? It's a little bit thicker on this side because this is where all the hole punch and reinforcements for the hole punch slash pockets are, but it's pretty substantial. So let's open this up. All right, so we've got, I'm just going to kind of cherry pick here. We've got the 2 business card holders. We've got, looks like 50 or so sheet protectors, and again, these are reinforced on this side. That's why the package was thicker on the hole punch side. So sheet protectors, always handy. As Lisa said, we've got the full set, I think it's a full set, I can't quite see in the sunlight, of 2.0 slash pockets. I see blue, purple, pink, and green. Yes, full set of 2.0 slash pockets. You can never have too many slash pockets. And the workbook portion. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I like the hearts on the arrows here. It's like Warrior Mama. Gonna go do some archery with my heart arrows. I love it. I love it. I really do. Archery was one of the few subjects I really enjoyed at summer camp. And I wasn't really good at it, but I had fun. And when you're 10 years old, that's usually all that matters. All right, so let's kind of flip through this a little bit. Helping you organize your child's records. Warrior Mama binder. Organize 365. So Lisa kind of flipped through this, so I'm not going to talk about it very much. So she's got recommended slash pocket categories. Yeah, you saw a school bus. He loves school buses. Mostly the big yellow ones, but he likes the small white ones and the small yellow ones too. Brainstorm for categories for the slash pockets. Reading material to go through. That's 2 pages. Communication record, especially, I'm guessing that's going to be most important when you're seeking a diagnosis. I don't know much about beyond seeking a diagnosis. My youngest has a speech delay, so getting the diagnosis was the hard part. I know there's a lot of diagnoses out there that the communication just never, ever ends. So, and it's going to go on with more information. And I remember Lisa saying, yes, I turned right to it, master forms to duplicate. So the communication record is in here, and everything that is in here for the IEP is in here. So you don't have to worry about, well, I do communication every day. I could fill out the entire communication record in one day. Well, you make a copy from the master duplicate, from the masters to duplicate, and you're good. But I'm flipping through this, and there is a lot of reading material. It's almost like a textbook for navigating the IEP. Really, I'm really looking forward to this. I really am. This is wonderful, Lisa. Thank you. So I figured I would showcase the medical organizing binder first because in the Sunday podcast episodes that I listened to last fall, was the first time I listened to them, Lisa was talking about this medical organizing binder as being what you would take in for meetings with a doctor or with a school official or a teacher, or anyone, any conversation you might have about a child who either has a medical diagnosis or an IEP or in some way needs more help than, just needs someone to advocate for this child. Then this binder was not only just for medical, for the family and stuff like that, but for a child who needs somebody to advocate for them. So within this binder, here's the table of contents, and if you already have this binder, you're familiar with it. So this one has a lot of fillable sheets, a lot of fillable information. There's the, I'm trying to turn my pages with my left hand. I'm right-handed, so this is always fun when I forget that I'm right-handed and hold the camera with my right hand. But there's an adult information sheet, a child information sheet, medical information sheet, allergies, medical problems, things like that for an adult and for a child. Medical and health history, a history form. You can, if you know your family history, and there's some people that I'm kind of shady on my own history, so that would be interesting. Information sheet for the doctor, diagnosis tracker, allergy tracker, medication tracker, a couple pages for that, lab results. And these are handy if you have someone who's hospitalized or if you're just regularly getting tested for things. It's happened to me a couple times. Would have been nice to have that sheet a couple times earlier in my life. Appointment tracker. I can't get a single page to get it to turn now. I missed a couple of pages here. So this is all very, very medical, doctor, hospital oriented. This is all very medical. Milestone checklist. This is something handy if you're seeking a diagnosis or an IEP, so you can know, when were they able to pass objects or build a tower, or when did they walk, when did they smile. I'm going to have to dig through my photos and my videos for some of these because I just don't know. And then your immunization record. If you don't know this, I know that with our pediatrician, we use the larger hospital district in the system. They've got a great patient portal, and you can go online and print up your child's immunization record then and there. That way you don't have to fill all this in by hand and try and figure out, which version of whichever vaccine did they get. You just print up their shot record, plop it in right here. Let's see, continued, and that's the end of the medical. So the medical organization binder, comes with the red slash pockets, and as you can see, I've got IEP information for my youngest son here. I just kind of dropped it in here. I have not gone through, organized, filled anything out. I just grabbed all the paperwork and put it in here. So that is the medical binder. Now let's look at the Warrior Mama binder. Also, say hello to Chloe. Hi, Chloe. Honey, I might need that seat. Okay. She's my kitty cat. So this first page, taking notes. She's got, Lisa put in suggestions for possible binder names. Take notes. Write down everything. Get a sheet of notebook paper or a good or a cheap notebook and just start taking notes. Put them in here. Take the notes, put them in here. There's a lot of reading information. I mentioned this in my unboxing video. There's a lot of reading information. So I read through it today and it's all very encouraging. Lisa, thank you for writing these encouraging words. Magic words and key phrases. If you're seeking a diagnosis or if you're seeking an IEP and you're just not able to communicate your concerns, then Lisa has included some key phrases that you might pull out. So for instance, my youngest son has an oral expression delay, I think is what it would be called, because he understands just fine, but he has a very difficult time forming the words and speaking. Just a little bit of personal history. That also translated to he has a difficult time chewing food. When he was just learning to chew solid foods from 6 months to almost 2 years old, every single day I was swiping his mouth clear of food at least once because he was choking on it. That translated into a speech delay. Go figure. If I had been, so, things like that, you kind of want to pay attention to. Turns out, oh, Chloe's back. Hi, Chloe. Communication record. Keep notes. This is one place where you can organize your notes. You can take your notes as you're talking with somebody, or where you can organize your notes after the fact, just summarize the conversation. And I'll be showing this near the end of the file, but Lisa has duplicates, or master pages that you can duplicate. You're going to have a lot of these communication records. And then information here about meeting with the school system and requesting an evaluation and getting the IEP. Types of accommodations that can be done for the child. My youngest, like I said, has a speech delay. He's 3, almost 4 years old, so right now he is in the pre-kindergarten system in the school. So he just goes in twice a week to meet with a speech therapist. But depending on how long the speech delay continues, and, he might do better writing answers to his tests instead of speaking them, if it's a verbal test, that kind of thing. You are not alone. I want to focus in on this. You're not alone. All of us have our own struggles. None of us can know exactly what everybody else is going through, but you are not alone. Like I said, Lisa has some very encouraging words, and especially these 2 pages. She talks about what happens to the family when a diagnosis comes through. She mentions podcast 73, which is Challenges of Organizing Special Needs Children. Listen to that episode. Read the show notes and listen to the episode and really, really take it to heart. You are not alone. Everybody gets depressed. Many families retreat. Lisa's here to help. You're not alone. So then she goes into the specifics of how she kept a binder with her kids. And she talks about that in several of the episodes of her podcast. So then she talks about how to build your binder. Going to gather all your paperwork. You're going to sort it by category. And then the next few pages are taking notes, everything you can recall about your child's medical history. And those are going to go into the pink folders, or the pink slash pockets, with ideas of what you might keep in there, as well as possible slash pocket labels. And then educational history, with purple slash pockets being education, things you'd want to keep in there. The actual IEP, 504, samples of work if they're relevant to the diagnosis or the IEP, and the support team. So for instance, I was thinking about this while I was reading reading through the binder. We had a speech therapist coming to our house once or twice a week when my son was 2 years old. I have forgotten her name. I've got her name in texts in my phone somewhere, so I'm going to dig those out. I'm going to get her name and contact information and the system we were with and stuff like that. And that's going to go here. I don't think I'll need her information moving forward, but it's good to remember that we had her coming to the house for about two or 3 months before he aged out of that system and transferred into the school system. So support team, past, present, and that's going to be the blue folder. Doctors, general education, Special Olympics if they're involved, special recreation, babysitter information, what colleges and college information do you need? And then there's no worksheet, there's no brainstorming sheet for finances. Lisa, I think she mentioned this in one of her videos regarding the Warrior Mama binder. She's going to suggest that you take the green slash pockets and move them into the Sunday basket. That's going to be bills, EOB, reconciled EOBs, tax information, especially if you need to take that tax deduction. You're going to keep it in this folder, in this slash pocket, so on and so forth. If you need more help, I would love to go to a paper organizing retreat, but I'm in Texas. Lisa's in Ohio. That's a long way to haul a van full of papers. Maybe I'll be able to find or join one locally in Texas in the near future. That would be fun. And then recommended references for the school, for the IEP, things like that. Laws, or not, Rights Law Way, sample request for evaluation letter, things that, and you can obviously, you fill out your own references as they come up. Like I'm going to be writing in the school district special services office, their information is going to go right here as well. It'll go back in the team slash pockets and information, but, just to go here. Medical history, because so often, let's see if I can find something. Ear, mouth, nose, mouth, and throat. Doesn't say anything here about, eating issues, but I would make a note of that here in that line. Other physical issues that may or may not. And 3 pages. Allergies. My whole family suffers from allergies, so this line right here would be copied over and over and over and over for each and every member of my family. Medication list. Medications are therapies, treatments that did not work. If you tried it and it didn't work, you don't want to try it again. Make a note of it here. Milestones. And again, this is a different layout, but this is very similar to what was in the medical binder, but there's more. There's more to it, I think. And again, I'm going to have to go through my photos and videos because I have no idea when some of these holding a book correctly. I don't know when he started doing that. I don't know. Count to 20. Within the last year and a half? I don't know. I'd have to go back and look for it. Because normally whenever I make a video of one of my kids doing something incredible or new, And I'll mention, they've only done this 2 times before during the last week, or this is the first time I've seen this. So if I spend the time and go through my videos, I should be able to find that. Parents' information. Lisa, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm guessing that this is going to be notes for you, questions for you to ask and notes to take during the IEP meetings with the school staff. Is that what this page is going to be for? Lisa had a few podcast episodes and wrote a book, How ADHD Affects Home Organization. Whether you suspect ADD or ADHD or not, go ahead, read through these, listen to the podcasts, because it's a spectrum. So even if you're not quote unquote on the spectrum, or your child isn't quote unquote on the spectrum, some of these still might apply. You never know. So, and again, taking the information down, writing down strengths and challenges in certain areas, it's really just more information to help your child, to help you advocate for your child. And then the child's team, primary MD, mental health practitioner, speech and language therapist. We had one through a birth to 3 program, and now we have the therapist through the school. I assume we're going to have more therapists as he ages. We'll have to see. Master forms to duplicate. So if you find you're using a communication record and you fill it out in a matter of a day, after you've already filled out everything and you're using it on a regular basis, it's been 6 months since you've started using this binder, make lots of copies. Find the page you're going to need the most and make lots and lots of copies of that. So this is all of the fillable sheets, and I'm starting to flip through more than just, one page at a time. It's all of the fillable sheets ready for you to copy. And then information here on the medical binder. I would suggest, and I read this on one of these pages back here, I don't remember which page it was. Lisa found it very, very helpful to keep medical and educational information in one binder for each of her children, one binder per child, and all of the information, whether it was medical or whether it was educational, in one binder. So I can very easily see, for my youngest, all of his medical information as well as his educational is going to be in this binder. So even though I've got the medical binder over there with at least 1, possibly up to 3 slash pockets dedicated just to him, those are going to move over here. And any medical pages that I need to fill out that aren't already in the Warrior Mama binder, those will be filled out from the medical and then transferred over here. So if you only have the medical binder, I would highly suggest you get the Warrior Mama binder. If you only have the Warrior Mama binder, I would still suggest you get the medical binder, but there is enough medical information in here to get you started, if you can only afford one binder right now. If you have a special needs child and you can only afford one binder right now, I would suggest the Warrior Mama binder. This information is very good, it's very thorough, and like I said, I found it to be very encouraging. Especially, I don't know if I can find it quickly, but that one page that said, "You are not alone." Let's see if I can find it and just point to that one phrase. I think it's back here. I missed it already. And now I can't. The pages are nice and thick. I will say that. They're hard for me to turn because I haven't broken them in yet. But it's nice, thick, solid paper. If you have other binders from Lisa, it's that same very nice, thick paper. I think it's probably... I've got a couple different weights of printing paper for my own personal use. I've got a weight, I think it's 23, and then a weight 30 or 32. This isn't as heavy as my heavier weight paper, but it is definitely heavier. I'd say it's at least a 20-pound or heavier paper. Other items that came with the binder, you've got the 2 business card holders to keep business cards. You've got the full set of slash pockets. And like I said, there was also suggested labels for the slash pockets, as well as a worksheet for you to brainstorm categories for your own slash pockets, and then the information in here. Where'd it go? Information and suggestions on what to keep in each set of slash pockets. It also came with 50 or more sheet protectors. That was a lot of sheet protectors. In order to flip through the pages more quickly, I had to move those sheet protectors to one of my other binders. As I need them, they'll be moved back to the Warrior Mama binder. So, Lisa, this is a great job. I wanted to thank you so much for putting your heart and soul into this binder. It's very easy to see that you thought long and hard and worked for a very long time on this binder. I think you did a great job. Thanks, Lisa.